What a miserable set of readings we have today. You know, this is summer. Here it is, a midsummer's afternoon. We should be talking about eat, drink, be merry, celebrate, party. You know, eat, drink, and be merry, as it says in the gospel. But instead we begin with vanity of vanities, says Kohelet. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. And then Paul goes on even worse and says, set your mind on higher things because you have been raised with Jesus Christ. Because everything else is worthless. And then the gospel ends with, eat, drink, be merry, for tomorrow you die. What a horrible thing to have to talk about in the middle of summer. And yet, I think it's a wonderful thing. A wonderful reflection for us. Ecclesiastes is a book that we don't read a whole lot in our Catholic cycle of readings. And yet it is one that every now and then reaches up and gives us a slap in the face. A little reality check. If you've never taken the time out to read the book of Ecclesiastes, do so. It is a beautiful book. But it is a bit scary. Because it's a giant reality check. But it's written in great poetry and prose, very carefully crafted. And it keeps up this constant refrain. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. The word in Hebrew, vanity, literally doesn't mean what you and I think of when we think of vanity. You know, somebody looks in the mirror or something like that. No. It literally means smoke or vapor. Something that is just illusory. It's not real. That impression is what we get as we go into these readings. Because these readings ask us to stop and look. What is real? What are we really focusing our lives on? And let's face it, over the course of our life, it changes. You know, when we're little kids in grammar school, what we're really focusing our life on is whether or not we're having a good time and whether or not mom's making something fun for dinner. You know, SpaghettiOs or whatever it might be. As we get older, it's, does anybody love me? I wonder if it doesn't stay that way throughout all of our life. Making sure that we're connected to people that we love and that we genuinely believe want our love in return. We plan financially for all those things that we want to leave behind or make sure, you know, we plan for our retirement, we plan a legacy for those that go behind us. But the bottom line is, we don't know when we're going to die. The bottom line is, we could plan all we want and have the whole thing fall through. Doesn't mean we shouldn't plan, but it questions where we put our heart. Paul makes it very explicit when he talks to the Colossians. He talks about where our heart needs to be and what is it that really is important. And Jesus goes on in the gospel to again focus it on the relationships in our life. Yes, we work hard. We're all good at that. And yes, we do our best to store up and prepare for tomorrow, for our family and for our friends. Any wise person does that. But the main reason that we do it is not so that we can be in control and feel secure, but so that the people that we love will know that we love them. And that in that relationship, that love becomes focused on each other and ultimately enlightened by our God. So the question that comes to us from Kohelet, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What are we really focusing on? The things that will endure. That shouldn't make us feel sad and depressed and walk out of here going, oh wow, you know, hellfire and brimstone. But rather should make us, as we sit down tonight over dinner, focus on what really is important. My family. My faith. Those things that bind our lives together in a unique way. The friends that we have. Those people who become tangible expressions of God's love in our life. those people who support and nurture us, those people who are with us in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. Those people who are such an intimate part of our lives that we can't imagine what life would be like without them. Vanity of vanities. All is vanity. Because the fact is, it all passes. All the things that we appreciate so much, beauty, money, the things that money can buy, good times, all of those should be enjoyed to the max. That's one of the things that makes us Catholic. We genuinely enjoy life. But we enjoy it because we believe that it is a gift from our God. And we enjoy it while we can, as a small foretaste of the eternal celebration that we are all destined for. As Paul begins his reading, those of us who have been raised up with Christ, by raised up means you and I, who by virtue of our baptism share in the resurrection. You and I who have been raised up. You and I who have participated in the resurrection. We have a deeper view of life. We have a more profound view of life. We have a view of life that takes us beyond the reality that's around us, the material things that are around us, and drives us to go deeper into the relationships that are the foundation, the framework, the heart of our life. And at the very center of it is the presence of the risen Christ, calling us even deeper. Vanity of vanities. All is vanity. Except for that one thing. Except for those relationships that form the warp and the woof, the fabric of the life that we live. Those are the things that we focus on. Those are the things that we celebrate. Those are the things that we build up and that build us up. Because ultimately, those are the only things that endure. The relationship that we have with each other being a reflection of the relationship that we have with our God. And that is what we come here to celebrate. Not vanity, but exaltation and celebration.